Didier Drogba and Richard Chaplow. For one of these two, tonight could be the last. A season of first for two clubs with a measure of finality. Tonight, Orange County hosts Phoenix Rising in their first Western Conference final, with the biggest prize waiting in Louisville on Thursday night. Welcome to the 2018 Western Conference Final, and in Orange County, California, a team with low expectations in March have risen to the very top of the Western Conference table. Tonight's matchup brought to you by Destination Irvine. It's Orange County Soccer Club, the #1 seed, taking on Phoenix Rising Football Club, the West #3 team. The top two offenses meeting in this one with Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts on hand, and we take a look at the bracket. Now these teams got here both in some ways the road more difficult to travel. Phoenix had to take down a team that they lost to last year in the playoffs. Orange County, well, Reno was maybe the toughest team they could have gotten.
It was a tough game against Reno, but Orange County were able to get the all-important goal and keep Reno scoreless. That was something that they would be happy about. Orange County, Phoenix in different way. They had to be explosive on the offense, which we've seen from the Rising all season long, and able to get 4 goals past Swope.
This last Friday night, so Jason Johnson in the 22nd, things are going well. Swope responds with 2 of their own. It's 2-1 to Swope Park Rangers. Cortez, Lambert, Drogba, and it's over.
That was a crazy 17 minutes as 4 goals went into the back of the net. In the end, it was the Rising with the members' bounces as Lambert gets the go-ahead goal. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Didier Drogba with the cherry on top, confirming Phoenix Rising go through to the next round.
And Drogba gets at least one more game as they knock off the team that played them out of the playoffs in penalties last year, 4-2. Then on Saturday, Aiden Quinn, he does it again.
Stepping up big, time and time again this season, scoring fantastic goals, important goals, and perhaps none more important than this one that put his team ahead. And they were able to hold on defensively, keep the scoreline at 1-0, and going through to the Western Conference Final.
Well, there have been 3 wildly entertaining games this year between Orange County and Phoenix Rising. For Orange County, playing their best of late, wins in 7 of their last 8. For Phoenix, their first conference final too, and they've brought a few of their friends. It's Phoenix and Orange County. It's coming your way next.
New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. The perfect blend of real ginger taste with a splash of real juice. Are you ready to taste Nirvana?
Hey, honey! Do we want to taste Nirvana?
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been sitting in my yard?
Since Tuesday.
Try New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade.
It all comes down to this in the Western Conference. Welcome back to the Western Conference Final. Teams taking the field. Orange County Soccer Club taking on Phoenix Rising Football Club. It's the best in the West still to be decided to take on Louisville City in USL Cup 2018. Let's take a look at tonight's starting 11. It's presented by Subaru Orange Coast.
Well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. No changes from last time out. Two of your top goal scorers in the league, Michael Seaton and Thomas Enevoldsen up top, and then Chaplow in what potentially could be his last game as he's set to retire at the end of the season. Partners Aidan Quinn, who's done a great job all season scoring goals and assisting teammates in scoring theirs.
Aidan Quinn is tonight's player to watch, presented by Shire.
He's a fantastic player, heads up, calm in the box, finds his teammates, scores important goals, and if you think back to the latter part of the season against OKC, in the 95th minute he scores a goal that gives Orange County the win, and that really is the difference at the end of the season between Phoenix Rising and Orange County as far as the points are concerned. Aidan Quinn just comes up big time and time again.
Orange County made no changes. Phoenix Rising makes no changes to their starting 11.
Why would you? It's such a talented lineup, explosive. Solomon Asante is tremendous on the right. Jason Johnson has scored spectacular goals from the left, but they are led up top by Chris Cortez as he is ably assisted by Didier Drogba, but Cortez is a long servant of the club and he does everything. Finds a way to pop up into the box, does Cortez. Finds a way to control the ball, score brilliant goals, get the assists as well. He's a tremendous player and an asset to Phoenix Rising.
Moving up the scoring lists, Cortez and Johnson, an incredible combination as well with that Didier Drogba guy in the middle of it all. 700 fans piled on buses in Phoenix, took the trip to Irvine, and the Banditos have made themselves right at home. There's going to be this incredible atmosphere, which, considering the last time these teams met, could mean they're in for an incredible event. Phoenix scored the last three. It makes the result look a little closer. But Orange County, 4-0 lead, 67 minutes in. Leighton Coutlier said, holy cow, we're up 4-0. And by the time it was over, he was waiting for the final whistle.
He was very relieved when the final whistle was blown. And really, if you look at that game, Orange County potentially played 67 of their best minutes of the season, and then Phoenix Rising 23 of their best minutes as well. But it was Solomon Asante who really put the Rising on his shoulders, scoring the hat trick to bring his team close, and had moments in the closing part of that game to perhaps tie it up. It was a strange game. And if you look at the 3 games prior in this season, it's been really peculiar between these two teams. It's been split decision-wise, with a win for Phoenix, a win for Orange County, and a draw as well. And the win for Phoenix, they were down a player for a long, long time, holding on for the 1-0 victory.
Let's take a look at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute injury report. Nothing to report. That's a good sign for really both teams, saying that they have the vast majority available to them. For Phoenix, they're just missing James Musa, major piece holding midfield center back.
Well, tells you the doctors at Hoag are doing their job, keeping Orange County healthy, and it's great news for both coaching staffs that they have a full set of players to take care of business today. As the referee tonight, Tim Ford, is ready to start us off in action.
Ford was the referee for the Eastern Conference semifinal between New York Red Bulls 2 and FC Cincinnati. It saw the #1 seed knocked out. Orange County, the top seed in the Western Conference. Winner of this one will go to Louisville City on Thursday, as the venue unavailable for Orange County will be at Lynn Stadium on the campus of the University of Louisville. A matchup I think most wanted to see from the beginning in the Western Conference Final. Orange County, the #1 seed, Phoenix Rising, great expectations, the 3rd seed, meeting in this Western Conference Final with a trip to Louisville on the line. Amico, knocked aside by Abdul Salam. When you talk to both these coaches, Matt, it became very apparent very quickly. Transition could decide how this game bears out.
Both coaching staffs, both coaches made mention of managing the transition being so important. Orange County, a team that likes to possess the ball more than Phoenix Rising do. So a clash of styles a little bit. And look at the statistics. Orange County through the season completed over 13,000 passes compared to the 9,000 or so passes that Phoenix Rising completed. Phoenix Rising are so dangerous on the counter.
Lambert puts it through Cortez! Chris Cortez, you couldn't dream of a better start than that. Phoenix in the second minute. Shocking all but the 1,000 fans that made their way. They expected it. Everyone else shell-shocked. 1-0 to the Rising.
That's all well and good. Attempting passes, but you have to complete them. We just made mention how devastating Phoenix Rising are on the counter. The ball turned over at the half-field line. The ball makes its way onto the left boot of Cortez. He looks up and picks up the upper right-hand corner and thumps it past Andre Rawls. A dream start for Phoenix Rising. One good news for Orange County is that there's a long, long way to go in this game yet.
There's Rick Shantz. He's got the cuffs on. Phoenix Rising logo. He's the interim manager right now. Says he's coaching for his future, his family's future. There's a lot on his mind. Bjurman. Bjurman slips it through. Seton. And it's away from Ine Voltsen. And out to Drogba. Second goal of the postseason for Cortez in the second minute. For Orange County, it's the first goal they've allowed in the postseason. 2 consecutive shutouts. As Drogba took a little extra after the fact.
Under the challenge, Drogba flopped down, trying to get the call from Mr. Ford, who waved it off, and then Aidan Quinn coming in and kicking the ball into the midriff of the big man. Hoivelt with the initial contact. I thought that Aidan Quinn had actually kicked the ball into the midriff of Didier Drogba, but actually didn't. He missed the ball and then made contact of the abdominal muscles of Mr. Drogba. Everything seems okay.
Let's take a look at tonight's synchronicity keys to the match.
Well, I think the second one for Phoenix has already been done. Exploit the transition, as they are so explosive going forwards, and we've seen that with Cortez's goal. For Orange County, they've got great players out wide. Amico, Alston, Darwin Jones in particular are going to be very important for Orange County tonight. And talking to Rick Shantz, he felt that this game may be won or lost on the flanks.
Nolly off the head of Seton. Now for Amico. Came over from Swope Park last year. He won the Western Conference for a second straight season, but eliminated by Phoenix in a wild game last week. Swope led 2-1. That lead lasted for less than 5 minutes. As Abdul Salam to throw, one of the major turning points of the year was bringing Abdul Salam in at outside back. Lambert, the Jamaican. And there's Chaplow. Chaplow now, Los Angeles Times had a piece on him. He called it the end of an era personally. So it would be lovely to go the whole way. I think that's how everybody dreams of going out. Chaplow. A little banged up there, no advantage. Braden Quinn, free kick to Orange County.
situations like this, Aidan Quinn has got a lot of his assists this year. Delivers a delightful ball, either from the free kick or from the corner.
Wouldn't Aidan Quinn like a shot at Louisville City in the final? Quinn drives it over the top. Quinn still largely respected by the Louisville fan base. What he did in the early years of the franchise. Ball clipped across and over the crossbar.
Wasinski wasn't sure. It was a clever ball played into the back post. Set pieces is a strength of Orange County. The tall players that they have. Hoivelt, Kronalik, well over 6 feet tall. Also have Hume on the bench, who is well over 6 feet as well.
Wasinski drives away. The head of Drogba. Rawls will pick this up. What a year for Rawls, loaned by NYCFC. And blasting onto the scene with an impressive first few months. 10 shutouts on the year for Rawls. He's played all the way back into the corner. Hoivelt.
Seems like the nerves are getting the better of Orange County at the moment. Very tentative on the way that they're playing the ball. Passing and moving, and then making some silly mistakes as Voltson gets a talking to. Jumping in there on Farrell. That was not a good job there by Voltson.
Farrell plays it ahead. Drogba shows off some moves. Lambert leveling it off, slipped through. Lambert off the volley. Didn't get that right. Drogba sprawled to ground inside the 18-yard box. Lambert maybe the most consistent member of the Rising of late.
Certainly wasn't his best effort on the shot. Like Drogba got tied up with Nico as he went into the box. And it was the movement of Drogba. Orange County were anticipating the give and go. Finally Drogba in the box, and that allowed the space to open up to the left for Lambert to have the attempt to hit the shot.
Phoenix this year, remarkable when they score first. They've done it 25 times now. They've lost twice.
Plays into the strengths of Phoenix Rising as well. When the opposition is down, they have to open up the game, and as devastating as Rising are on the counterattack, just exploit the space that is then created as the opposition pushes forwards, trying for the tying goal.
Throw for Amadou Dia. Collected by Abdul Salam. Drogba looking for Abdul Salam, but Chaplow cuts it off. Here comes Orange County up the right-hand flank. Darwin Jones. Hammered across and up and over from Seton. As we're 10 minutes into this Western final. And the goal in the second minute from Chris Cortez, the difference.
Seton has a really good partnership with Ini Voltson. It's the number 7's cross coming in. And Seton try to head towards the goal of Wasinski.
You see the numbers this year for Orange County. Seton a major part of it. He and Ini Voltson most dynamic striking forces in the USL this year.
Very balanced in the way they play. Cameron Lancaster, the Golden Boot winner for the USL, scored all those goals, but only had maybe 2-3 assists on the season. And Voltson, he's got the 20 goals, and then a whole handful of assists to go with it.
Ball cleared aside. That's going to be one of the lingering questions going forward the next few days. The ability of Cameron Lancaster to play in the USL Cup, coming off early in the Eastern Conference final against New York last night. I think the neutral would love to see Lancaster play in that game. I think the partisan might be happy to take the Golden Boot winner off the field. Time will tell. Service for Ine Voltson, taken out Quinn. Quinn slips it through Ine Voltson, that's too far.
I like the thought process. A little give and go. In the spring, Ine Voltson through. German and also Seaton were there. I'd like to have seen one of those players pop out towards the penalty spot to receive the pass. In the end, it didn't come as the ball goes over the byline for the goal kick.
Louisville goes back and rolls. It was interesting talking with Braden Cloutier as Rawls has it again in the back. Nico tries to steer it upfield. Doesn't feel like this is exactly the way his team was supposed to play. This is, well, the way that you win playoff games to an extent. It's not quite as free-flowing, fluid, but it's gotten the job done of late.
Just feels like Orange County are very tentative and nervous in the early going and struggling to connect the passes. We've got to give Phoenix Rising some credit for that because they are disruptive in the way that they are playing, but Orange County just have to settle down and understand that they've got to the point of being the #1 team in the Western Conference because they can connect passes, because they can find a way to get the job done. And it hasn't always been pretty. They've found many different ways to win games. They just have to have confidence in the process and everything that they've done, all the hard work they've put in throughout the season. Don't panic too much. One of those things that you'll see if the panic is starting to set in is that Ine Voltson will come further and further into the midfield, trying to get service. And that leaves Seaton Island up top. And that makes life a lot more easy for the back four of Phoenix Rising just to sit back and defend.
Didier Drogba cast aside by Crognali.
Moments like that don't help settle the nerves as well. As Crognali thought he'd won that ball on the throw-in.
Coming in, Orange County led all teams in the playoffs. Passing percentage over 81%. Just doesn't feel like it's there right now. Drogba, Asante. Allowed out.
Traveling fans getting loud and boisterous. Now for Orange County, it feels like that they're playing an away game.
Bounce to Rawls.
Wasted throw in. Abdul Salam let that ball go out for the throw. And just threw it straight back to Rawls. And a wasted effort.
Oh, there's space here for Seaton. Off, and Bjurman, Ine Voltson. Jones for Quinn. The work by Alston. Alston takes some contact, but remains. Goal kick over Darwin Jones. Continued frustration.
That was going to be a goal kick in the play there. Trying to get it. Here are the visitors. And he traveled on those 7 buses that were brought from Phoenix Rising. Probably some others made it on their way on their own as well. But good to see traveling support in the USL.
Great to see home support too. As Orange County hosting their last game of the year, one way or the other. Final will be in Louisville on Thursday night. Both teams in their first Western Conference final. Orange County, Western Conference regular season champions. Did not win the overall USL regular season title. That was FC Cincinnati. Hold up field, Amico. Better of late. Quinn. Popped up, Seton. Go after it a second time, falls, Quinn. Lifted back across the box, not a great clearance, that's a bit better. Now Solomon Asante, who was an MVP candidate all year long. His legs swiped out from under him.
Well, he's not a tall chap. Consequently, his center of gravity is really low to the ground, and he makes best advantage of that. Mr. Asante is a wonderful player. So technically gifted and quick on the ball. A real handful to defend.
Good challenge from Kevin Alston. About 2 weeks ago, article from MLSsoccer.com referring to him as the best fullback in USL. A mid-season edition is signed in June. It coincided with this incredible run, the #1 seed. Chaplow in front of Drogba. Ricochet's free. Lambert for Asante. Abdul Salam, Amadou Dia. Drogba comes in, barrels over, commits a foul.
The thing I can say about Drogba, 2 years that he's been in the USL, he treats every player that he comes up against with the utmost respect in the main. Helps players that he's fouled to the feet always with a good word. That's where it appears from our vantage point.
Fernandez laying this off. Phoenix scored in the 2nd minute. Chris Cortez. If you missed it, you should probably check out USL's Twitter feed. It happened very fast. A total missile as Phoenix ahead of Orange County. Andy Voltson trying to direct traffic. Knocked out wide, Amico. Amico serving too high for Seton.
Andy Voltson is asking Amico to get forwards to receive a pass. Amico might ask the same question of Andy Voltson. Hey, I got where you wanted me to be. Now, would you get in the box so I can pass the ball to you as well?
Amico, a second lease here. Amico pushing and shoving. That'll be a goal kick. A look at the goal that came about 18 minutes ago. Chris Cortez, what a year he's had. It's his 31st in a Phoenix uniform.
Well, there was a turnover, half field. The ball found its way to Cortez. And you have 18 goals on the season, now 19. You know exactly what to do with it. With a powerful left foot, and put it past Rolls. Drogba being called for a push by Mr. Ford. Looking at Orange County, Mike, he said Eni Voldsen, things aren't quite going the way of his club. He does drop back deeper and deeper. Has to stay a little bit higher and try and get the service from the midfield of Quinn, Chaplow, and be in there as a support for Seaton.
Drogba holding the arms of Crognali. These two got tangled up at the edge of the area. Seaton and Voldsen. No advantage to be had.
Good refereeing there from Mr. Ford. Seeing that Blackman was fouling Seaton. And Crognali and Didier Drogba having a coming together.
And Mr. Ford has taken care of that. Chaplow. Chaplow dipping ball, hops out.
Yerman wanting the ball at the back post, not the near post. Felt like he was open. He got goal side of Abdul Salam.
Wazinski, 12 shutouts this year. A former Orange County player himself. Also played in Orlando and in Arizona United. Longer tenured players on the club, like Cortez. He's been through the rebrand. He was here when it was still OC Blues.
So a foul there by Farrell. Eni Voldsen trying to turn the ball. Taken quickly.
Chaplow, Bjurman, Quinn, bouncing ball lifted up and over. Wazinski had that for sure. Now they'll have to defend a corner.
You have to ask the question, where was the communication from the goalkeeper? And another teasing ball. Looked like it was deflected off the foot of Cortez. Hit it up and over by Blackman. You would want the goalkeeper to call Blackman off of that. Service in, not a good one from the corner kick though.
Oh, that's a terrible clearance, and Seaton plays it out on the big one's corner kick.
Terrible clearance and terrible shot. Not very, as far as set pieces go, there was not what you would draw up as an example for young players.
Did two wrongs make a right?
Well, the service was pretty terrible too. So.
Three rights make a left. Collected by Amico, and there's Rawls. Kicked out by Farrell. Rick Schatz, the head coach for Phoenix, saying he was happy for USL that they got this Western Conference final. Felt like these have been the best two teams in the West all year. All laid across for Eni Voldsen. Played in the World Cup for Denmark 8 years ago. Eni Voldsen popping over the top for Seaton, and it's a short hop that Wazinski's able to collect.
Goalkeeper does really well with this. Ball just clipped up and over the back line from Eni Voldsen. Wazinski had to be Johnny on the spot with Seaton coming in quickly. It was a difficult bouncing ball. The technique was perfect from Wazinski.
Chaplow held up by Jason Johnson. Kaplo put it back in play. Abdul Salam, there's Solomon Asante. Got a nice pivot point in the middle to set up Asante. Drogba running down the middle. Asante trying to center up. This will be a corner.
You could see what Solomon Asante was trying to do, bend it into the path of Drogba. As Drogba makes a bending run to the back post. You see Asante's record against Orange County. He's been a real thorn in the side of the home team. 4 goals on the season, including the 3 in a 4-3 victory by Orange County.
Phoenix corner kick brought to you by Big Ones. Didier Drogba, 4-time English Premier League champion. He finished his career at Chelsea with a title in the Champions League. Drogba. Voltson, the defense, he'll get another crack at this.
It was an unusual run-up from Drogba there. The ball seemed to knuckle and dip. And Voltson did really well at the near post to head that one out, albeit for another corner kick.
Drogba backs that into the path of Lambert. With Orange County. They thought they had a really good view of that.
We'll say the visiting supporters don't agree with that decision.
To back upfield. Fired across, nobody home.
Look at the statistics, and so far Orange County have completed 85% of 141 passes. Phoenix Rising, 65% of 65 passes. So the game, as far as those statistics are concerned, are playing out as much as we would have expected.
Miko Quinn. Miko had to dart back the other way. Miko lost his footing. And a throw for Abdul Salam. There's been space there for Miko.
Well, we're getting in towards holiday season. That would have been a really generous gift if Mr. Ford had awarded a free kick to Miko on that dive there. Well, Quinn would have been better served to play the ball into the back post area. And that's what Miko was anticipating. It's the failure to get on the end of the cross or the pass from his teammate.
Pointville, Miko, Hayden Quinn, Prinali. Try up the right. It's patient right now from Orange County. Just 5 returners from last year, and look at them now. Team built from the studs up. Amico. Asante snuck in, took it away as we've reached the half-hour mark in the Western Conference Final. Phoenix 1, Orange County 0. Goal in the 2nd minute from Chris Cortez. It's his 19th of the year, 17 in the regular season, 2 now in the postseason.
Phoenix learned a lesson from last week. A lot more sensible defensively, not getting stretched after the goal. Drogba goes down under the challenge. Does not feel good to get the cleats scraping down the back of your ankle. Marco getting the talking to from Mr. Ford. It's a little longer to recover from moments like that when you're 41. Oh, you see the left foot of Emiko just making contact with Drogba's left. Does not feel nice.
I think Didier would like to tell you that he doesn't turn 41 until March. Eventually, those delineations start to matter. He's going to have to come off. There's no card issued, so he'll have to be let back onto the field. Does mean he can't take this free kick. There's conversation. Does he stay on? Does he come off in the last 2 games? And Rick Schantz left 2 subs out. He only used 1 in the most recent game. He just felt like with all the lineup combinations they could have used, they were best off keeping the 11 they had on the field. That meant Drogba went 90 minutes.
And Drogba wanted to come off too, but Schantz said he spoke to his staff and what do we do? What change do we make? And as we said in the open, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it was working really well in the second half last week. And Drogba stayed on and got the 4th goal. So I'd say Rick Schantz made the right decision.
Been calling the end of the game now, Drogba time. Orange County fans know all too well what that looks like. Been some real late game tying, game-winning goals in this matchup over the past couple of years. However, it's an old habit that's come back to bite Orange County in this game. Thinking back to the start of the year, they kept allowing early goals and digging out of holes. Well, this is not as early as you'll give one up. 66 seconds into the match by Chaplow.
See Orange County trying to keep possession, nothing really going forwards. As soon as they get into the attacking third, Phoenix Rising have good shape, forcing OC back. And a lack of patience from the home team. Driving the ball in and then easily won by the Rising. It's managing that transition for both squads now. Getting behind the ball, get players behind the ball, managing the gaps between the lines. Exploiting those spaces when you do get possession. Coaches said that the transition game tonight is going to be so important.
Chaplow has been a real delight these past 2 years. Bjurman, knocked down by the defender, Farrell. Drogba strung out. Hoyvelt. Eni Voldsen collects near the far sideline. Plays it in front. Pounces twice off a couple of heads. And out. This will be a Big One's corner kick. 35th minute.
Feels like Eni Voldsen is on the periphery tonight at the moment. But when he's been on the periphery on that right-hand side, he served some good balls in. And that one was almost met by Chaplow. In the end, headed out for the corner kick.
Quinn to the near post. And here comes Solomon Asante leading the charge with an incisive pass to Johnson. Cortez, can he find Asante sprinting onto this? Wonderful form to go with brilliant speed. And the cross floated back. Diving header is wide. When did Usain Bolt leave Central Coast Mariners to join Orange County? What is going on?
There's one difference. Usain Bolt is 6'3". Solomon Asante might be 5'3". What form, what speed, as you said, what placement of the cross. And Cortez, a little wry smile as that one just goes past the right-hand post. Hayden Quinn did a really good job getting back defensively. It was his corner kick that led to the counterattack. And if anybody needs an illustration of why the Rising are dangerous on the counter, there it was in one moment of play in this game.
Asante, by the way, listed 5'2". So you're just about on the money. Nice touch pass, Ine Voltsen. Bjurman caught between his feet. That was deflected on the way out. Corner here for the #1 seed in the West, Orange County.
Orange County with Hoyvelt and Crognale. Both of them are 6'5", 6'6". Seaton is great in the air. Ine Voltsen's not bad either. Let's see if this one goes to the back post instead of the near.
This'll fall. Alston back out in front, header down. Ricochets off of Bjurman. Gets out to Alston. Bodies on the ground. They've gotten back up. Chaplow. Quinn. Quinn spins and serves. Didier Drogba drives it out. Comes to Chaplow. Chaplow crossing. Throw for Ine Voltsen.
Those frustrating moments for the attacking team. The ball seems to bounce around for an eternity. They're not able to get the shot off.
Ball does come across. It's combed away. On the doorstep from Seaton. Go for Amico, much better from Orange County in the last 5-10 minutes or so. Hoyvelt. Hayden Quinn bending the ball. Come right back to him. Quinn, 14 assists in the regular season. So much was made of Manu Ledesma hitting 15, breaking Chris Wehan's record. But it almost got overlooked that Quinn finished one behind him.
So important to involve your teammates. Everybody looks at the goal scorers. You can't put the ball in the back of the net unless somebody passes it to you in the right areas. That's what Hayden Quinn does time and time again for this Orange County team.
Hoyvelt. Rosinski will come out and snag this.
And a sequence of early balls in, very much like that one from Hoyvelt. Teasing, inviting the runs forwards from Seaton and the like. Rosinski will be very, very thankful that he hasn't had any saves to make of real note so far this game, with those balls coming in and threatening the 18-yard line. A lot of possession to Orange County, as we would have expected. Important thing though, Mike, is they're starting to get that possession going forwards, which they didn't do in the first 20 minutes of this game.
Alston tapping upfield. Dia. Come to Chaplow, who gets a touch, and Darwin Jones. Ine Voltsen, a 20-goal scorer this year. Chaplow puts a lot of air under this, and it's swiped by Wazinski. Roll out for a throw. Hoyvelt. Well, the back and forth of Orange County has been on point. They've been able to swing it. And unbalance Phoenix a bit. Steer by Asante. Tap back into the box and played long. Crognale, who's on loan from Columbus Crew, followed by the legend, Didier Drogba.
Watching Phoenix Rising, as Orange County get more and more possession, passing the ball more decisively. Rising are dropping back further and further defensively.
Seaton for Jones. Took a wicked deflection. Corner here, Orange County.
Just prior to Didier Drogba trying to chase down Crognale. All 11 players for the Rising run of play. They're behind the ball. Pretty close to the defensive third for Phoenix.
This ball poked across. Cortez can't get a touch. Seaton against Lambert. Chaplow. Stop. Drogba showing his strength, his ingenuity, and some creativity too. Finally, the whistle. Well, you can start to hear both fan bases get into this. This is more Orange County than Phoenix, but the vocal about the same.
There may have been a time that Drogba would have just gone to ground more easily. Showing his strength, as you said. Trying to stay on his feet, trying to find a way to play the ball forwards. Desante open on this near sideline. Orange County have finally got something to shout about a little bit.
On ESPN2 Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, it's the 2018 USL Cup. It's Eastern Conference winner Louisville City trying to defend their title against the winner of Orange County and Phoenix from Lynn Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. Don't miss it. November 8th, that's this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN2. Also on ESPN International, Giant Spotlight. One of these two teams is competing to shine under on Thursday night. Eni Voldsen. Eyes up, Alston. Alston putting on the moves. Bjurman. Return ball, Eni Voldsen. That falls kindly. Ball swiped away. Quinn kept alive. Shot. Alston looking for a handball. And Orange County continues the pressure, but it's turned over. Drogba slides ahead. Wonderful challenge by Hoivelt. The old man cherry picking there defensively. Jones. What action before halftime. Quinn. Jones. Corner, Orange County, final minute before stoppage time. Lazinski just did something special to keep that out.
Hey, well, this has turned into one heck of a game. Started off quick and was a little bit of a slow burn. Orange County getting on the front foot. There's some good chances.
Johnson. Darwin Jones took it away. Jones. If there's one question about Phoenix, when they're challenged, typically they've brought their best. It's when they get lulled into complacency that you begin to see a couple cracks in that facade. Stoppage time brought to you by Synchronicity. One added minute in what's been a smooth opening half.
We know that Phoenix Rising can score goals. At times this season, they've been fragile defensively. That's why Abdul Salam was brought into the picture amongst other players.
I will say it's interesting that both these teams saw their season's results turn on changes at outside back. It almost underscores the modern approach to football that's grown over these years with those attacking fullbacks. It's Abdul Salam. It's bringing in Alston, who's been phenomenal. Darwin Jones has been remarkable. Both these teams have seen their stock rise drastically when they made those changes.
Well, it's so important to have good players in those positions, players that can get forwards, put the opposition under pressure, and occupy the opposition's outside backs, not let them get forwards, and also have the wherewithal and the understanding of when they have to get back defensively. And we're seeing some of the best in the league playing in that position tonight.
1-0 to Phoenix at halftime. If you're the Rising, you got that early goal. How do you feel about the rest of it?
We feel a little fortunate, going in 1 goal to the good at halftime. There was a lot of pressure from Orange County in the latter part of the first 45 minutes. Cortez, the fastest goal in USL playoff history. It was an absolute humdinger of a left-footed shot. For Orange County, I think you're pretty pleased with the fact that you were able to play yourself back into the match, because for the first 15, 20 minutes or so, it didn't seem like the home team were coming to the party.
Well, the atmosphere has been incredible, no question. Phoenix, a goal in the second minute. We've got plenty coming up at halftime. Don't go anywhere.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you.
Welcome back to halftime. It's brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast. As fans off to concession stands, there has been no time to run to the bathroom in this first half. Phoenix 1, Orange County 0. Back with Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts on hand. Let's take a look at the bracket and what things look like here as the USL Cup playoffs reach their climax this Thursday, November 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN2. Louisville knows they're in. And the road they faced, Indy, Bethlehem, New York, really didn't give them all that much of a challenge yet.
There were some moments where Lou City were challenged, but in the end, the team from the East were able to solve the puzzle that was presented to them, and it looks like it's been a fairly easy road for Louisville City to get back into the USL Cup final. And they'll be just licking their chops for Thursday night's action. And it was a really good performance against New York Red Bulls as Lancaster, the Golden Boot winner, early in the game, almost gets the go-ahead goal. But then this was a huge moment for Lou City, and probably hearts were in mouths as they see their star striker go down, holding the hamstring of his left leg. And he is subbed out in the 13th minute. And then shortly thereafter, a penalty kick given away. Everybody's looking, thinking, we've lost Lancaster. Now we're going to concede a goal on the penalty kick. No, we're not. Lima loses his footing, and that goes over the crossbar. And then shortly thereafter, Ilic does a really great job of winning this penalty kick off of the short corner. And Ilic doesn't make any mistake from the spot. This is not the first time this season he's buried it in the back of the net from 12 yards out. And a little bit of relief for the boys in purple, which grows even bigger. This is a fantastic finish from Spencer. The assist from Ombi. And you watch how Luke Spencer just lets that ball run across his body, takes the goalkeeper out of the picture, and then puts it into the back of the net. From there on, it was Louisville City in the ascendancy until this moment from Barlow with a clever flick header to the near post, beating Ranjitsingh.
So in the 60th minute, 2-1 to Louisville City. And you said it, hearts and throats, no Lancaster. Spencer popping this over the crossbar. You get into the 70th minute, still 2-1. These teams went to penalties last year. They've met in conference finals years past. Speedy Williams, the Speedy Williams.
I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has a better celebration than Speedy Williams. And why not celebrate when you strike a ball like that? Might need to work on his dancing moves, but his moves on the soccer pitch are just fine. And then Ombi at the second time of asking puts the cherry on top of the cake. That's the 5th goal on the night. And it was explosive. It's been a strange old season between these two teams. 16 goals shared in the regular season, 6 in postseason. But the silverware is not being shared. It goes to the boys in purple as they head back to the USL Open Cup.
And there goes Paco Craig off to the locker room. They're going to need that trophy back. Amazingly, in the playoffs, Louisville 10-2, both losses in the conference final. They have not lost at home yet in the playoffs. They lost away to Rochester, away to New York. They didn't have to face the #1 seed, and they get a chance to, well, defend their title on their home turf.
That's fantastic for New City. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's not going to be a slugger field, but it will be at Lynn Stadium, where they've had success this year in the US Open Cup and USL Cup champions seeking back-to-back titles. Hasn't been done as far as I'm aware in the USL, so it'll be interesting to see whether Eastern Conference champions can repeat this moment of celebration that they enjoyed in 2017.
Remarkable stuff for Louisville City as a new coach and the triumvirate and everything that you're going to hear about ad nauseum on Thursday night on ESPN2 coming into play. John Hackworth has done a great job taking over from James O'Connor. Some news and notes from around the United Soccer League while we've got you. 2018 USL Cup. Did I say it was on ESPN2?
You did say it was on ESPN2.
Thursday, November 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. One of these teams will be watching. The other team should watch too. Austin Bold has broken ground on that new stadium. It's going to be over 5,000 seats. It's going to be ready for the start of next season in the USL Championship. And FC Dallas is taking part in League One. So now we know what League One is going to look like. The 10 teams are out.
So exciting to see USL League One take shape and form, and it's going to be interesting to see how the competition progresses next year. And the USL, as it has done year on year, just goes from strength to strength, developing the game of soccer in the country, and not just at the amateur level, but now it's giving room for the professional players as well, and developing the game in all levels and places for players to play. You don't have to just go from college to the MLS anymore. You can have a pretty good living playing in the USL and displaying a pretty good brand of soccer as we're showing tonight.
USL Championship, that gold USL standard. League One is what was USL D3, and then the PDL, the premier place for college players to make that step to the pros, USL League 2. We've got highlights from the first half. Phoenix, a 1-0 lead over Orange County in the 2018 Western Conference Final. Into the box, it's a great run. Here we go from Southern California. Pat Hashimoto shooting, scoring! Oh, it's a world-class goal for Orange County. He'll strike towards goal, and it's gone in! And Orange County has struck again. Counter! He scores! And brings back Orange County. He's swinging edge of the 600, and the header comes in! He scores! Segmer's a chance to put Orange County in front, and he does!
What makes my famous brisket, chicken marinade, and punch so good? A lemon lime secret ingredient I'm never going to tell. 7-Up. Who's hungry? Do more with 7-Up.
Welcome back to the halftime report presented by Subaru Orange Coast. As the lights are on at Championship Soccer Stadium in Orange County, Great Park. It's 1-0 to Phoenix, the roadside, as both these teams debutantes in the USL's Western Conference Final, the 1 and the 3 seed. Back with Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts on hand for this one. We take a look at first half highlights, and nobody saw this coming. The fastest goal in the history of the USL Cup playoffs.
It's a fantastic strike. Lambert getting the ball forwards to Cortez. When you've scored 18 goals, you know how to make number 19 happen. Doesn't even take a touch to control it. Just drills the left foot right through the back of the ball. Andre Rolls, no chance as it flies to the goalkeeper's right. Orange County struggled to get back into this game for the first 20 minutes. And finally found the manner of their passes to be effective going forwards. There was Blackman to head that one over. Miscommunication with the goalkeeper. Solomon Asante, Captain Solo, as he has been at times this season. Wonderful speed up the flank. And then a good delivery on the cross. Cortez almost with his second, just past the right-hand post on that headed effort.
But that's when we saw Orange County start to make the turn. Wazinski swiping this away.
Nice save from the goalkeeper. Moments just in and around the box as the first half progressed. Some hearts and mouths from Phoenix Rising as Orange County piled on the pressure. And the statistics seem very lopsided at the moment. But, of course, the all-important one, the 1-goal advantage to the visitors as they got that early goal. The important thing with that possession, some of that 70% has been in the attacking half for Orange County, something that they weren't able to achieve in the first 15 minutes or so.
And of their 11 shots, just one ended up on target. And it was that effort by Aiden Quinn that got knocked aside by Carl Wazinski. So it's 1-0 to Phoenix Rising at halftime. As the Orange County players back onto the field, still smiles for Andre Rawls and Orange County team that, look, you said it 70 seconds into the match, right after that goal was scored. If there's good news, it's happened early enough that Orange County can adjust, try and get back in it. Orange County, a team that sticks to their guns, sticks to their game plan quite well. You would anticipate that they're going to hang in this one.
Well, the framework that Braden Caloutier has put forth for Orange County is pretty rock solid. All season long, Orange County have found a way to pass the ball around, possess the ball, find the forwards of Seaton and Eni Voltson up top. And those two have a really good partnership. Eni Voltson has to find a way to stay a little bit higher up the pitch for me. Seem to be drifting out wide a little bit, trying to open some space up, draw some defenders out, then isolate Seaton 1v1 in the back, hopefully, for Orange County. But really, we haven't seen Darwin Jones getting down that flank on the right-hand side with any consistency either, so credit to Johnson and Amadou Diop, who we didn't really mention in the first half, of negating the threat from Darwin Jones.
A look at the season in review for these two sides, and it's plus 30 in goal differential. Orange County best in the USL's Western Conference. Phoenix was plus 25, and they were second. They just did it a little bit differently. A couple extra goals for Orange County. They gave up a few more. And Phoenix, for a while there, was maybe the best defensive team in the league for a month straight. And it all sort of fell on the rocks for both of them defensively at times.
It did, and surprisingly, both teams conceded a lot of goals on occasion. You think back, Phoenix Rising conceding 4 to Fresno at one point in the season, and there were a couple of games like that for Phoenix Rising, which is a really big surprise. But right towards the end of the season, with maybe 2 games left, Phoenix Rising had the chance to claim the Western Conference title for themselves, and weren't able to do that with some lackluster performances down the stretch. But the lackluster is in the rearview mirror now. And the playoff play has been absolutely fantastic from Phoenix Rising.
It wasn't until Braden Cloutier moved to San Diego that his name took on a more foreign French-sounding tilt. It wasn't Cloutier till he played for the Sockers. We cleared that up this week. We're ready for the second half between Phoenix and Orange County. Rick Schantz, an interim coach against a first-year coach, longtime assistant. And Braden Cloutier catching wits here as we go into this second half of the Western Conference Final. Some people back there that need to find their seats. Chaplow goes into the challenge. Drogba is back up. Well, these two aren't getting along. Both these players are in that interesting twilight zone where they're both planning to retire. Just one's going to make it out of this game and the other one's not. Zinski trying to hold back Didier Drogba.
Drogba with the tap on the shoulder is like, I got this, I'm okay. There's the respect between the two players. They've seen a lot, those two, in their time. Yellow card for Chaplow.
You know, we've spoken a lot today about the possibility that, you know, one player is going to retire at the end of this game, the other at the end of the next. I haven't quite added to the equation the possibility of a red card. They could both be done today. Not right now.
Almost feels like college seniors. Only one senior will have the chance to finish national champion at the end of the season.
He called it the strangest feeling that you lace up and you go out onto the field. This could be the last time, or, well, next game is guaranteed the last time for whichever makes it out.
So they might decide, well, the aches and pains have gone away. Maybe I'll come back for another go. You always hear about the comebacks. The non-retirements.
Well, Chaplow's 33. I think he's just had enough. Drogba's 40 with a few more miles on the tires. And yet has come back and scored some really nice goals. Made you think maybe he's got a little more tread.
We might get some calls from some Sunday League teams around the Phoenix area.
If I saw him in my Sunday League, I'd get in the car and go home. I want no part of that. Some people just want to dap him up. I don't want to concede that many goals. It's not worth it. And my touch is poor. He knows. Comes Orange County, Mats Bierman. Quinn. Owen Jones trotting in, lining it toward Bierman. This is out. And a corner for Orange County.
Good Good choice there from Alston. It looked like he was going to try and get forwards and support Darwin Jones, then just hung out at the start of the attacking third for the home team. Didn't take any defenders into the space. Darwin Jones facing up 1v1, able to win the corner.
Chaplow lifting back into the right-hand side and into the stands.
Well, as good as he is with the serves on the set pieces, I have to say Aidan Quinn has not been up to his normal standard. He's been a little inconsistent from number 14. And you've got those targets, as we've mentioned, Hoivel, Crognali, Seaton, Voldson. You've got to put it along the line of the 6, where those players can find a way to run onto the ball. Quinn as yet has not achieved that.
Mamadou Dia leaps out of the way. Ball comes back to Tristan Blackman. Last time there was a free kick in this area of the field, Drogba was the one fouled. He needed to be attended to by trainer, so he had to come off. This time he gets the opportunity.
It's almost within his range.
See what he scored against Galaxy 2 last year? It is. Didier Drogba showing his range. He went for goal. Oh, you questioned him. Never questioned Didier Drogba. Nearly on frame, and Rolls goes over to stop that.
That ball was knuckling, dipping. Andre Rolls was panicking. In the end, the goalkeeper, with wonderful technique, he was probably going wide of his goal, as that was flying towards his net. Andre Rolls probably had his heart in his mouth.
The deflection, and back by Crognali.
Just watching that free kick, Mike, gives you a whole new appreciation from the goal that he scored in the first round of the playoffs with the free kick.
Yes.
And from the angle, from the replays, you don't get an appreciation of how that ball was moving, knuckling around, but the angle that we just had shows you how difficult it was to save, and consequently was not saved.
Alston squaring up Quinn. Deflection off of Lambert. And Eni Voldson. As far as Crognali. Played into space where Cortez will catch up. It's his goal in the second minute, the difference right now. And he serves this forward. Johnson, Drogba. Dia knocked it down. Johnson, he has scored some world beaters this year, but he also went a long time without scoring a goal. He went months without a goal.
He was a player that really developed over the course of last season, come off the bench. Just got his scoring straps on and ended up being the team captain at the end of the campaign on occasion.
Drogba tried to feather that to Cortez. Darwin Jones, they needed a permanent solution at that position. He started 2018 in Sweden, and he finishes in the sunshine of Southern California. Leading ball up the left-hand wing for Orange County. Eni Voldson, long run, slides to keep it. Seaton. Incredible performance against St. Louis, single-handedly sending them home in their first playoff appearance in the quarters. Jones, just too high, a touch from Bjurman. Pinballs out. And Hernandez for Solomon Asante. A late hat trick proved not nearly enough last time these teams met. A 4-3 defeat for Phoenix. Orange County led 4-0, just shy of the 70th.
Phoenix Rising content to just retreat, put players behind the ball, condense the space, eliminate passing lanes, take away the strengths of Seton and Eni Volton's partnership up top, which generally involves Eni Volton running into space.
Bjurman, Eni Volton, heavy touch, deflects wide. Jones plays it in front, ball hops up. Seton keeps it alive. Eni Volton deflection, and that's out for a corner.
Golf clap from Blackman. And it was Farrell with hands behind his back, blocks the shot. It was a moment, could have opened the scoring up for the home team. Jones squaring the ball, and it was Farrell with his arms down.
Ball bounce to Wazinski. A second ball came into play.
Didn't fight about it.
It all worked out in the end. I'm not sure.
Referee might make him do it again.
There's Lambert. He left the Jamaican national team maybe 6 weeks ago. Made his best ball since. Jason Johnson. Johnson's going to work his tail off. Drogba can't sneak it through. Blackman into a pocket of space, and the step by Crinali. This is absolutely Drogba range. And that's the ultimate problem of a team that fouls within 40 yards of net. Phoenix can, often does, take advantage.
Just a simple mistake there from Crinali. Lazy tackle from the big central defender. You see him trying to close down Cortez, but never close enough to stop the turn. Just needs to wait his time and then get in the way once Cortez is faced up.
Didier Drogba, bouncing ball, falls and handled now by Rawls. And Cortez, grabbing for his left knee, is down. So that's concerning for Phoenix. That ball had a ton of English on it. Drogba chests it down. Cortez is still down. Phoenix had a chance to put that out and didn't. There he is, just yards off the left-hand byline. Jones turns on the Jets. Slips it through. Flag is up on Aiden Quinn. And now Cortez will be attended to.
It was a clever free kick from Drogba. Bouncing, swerving, challenging the goalkeeper. Andre Rawls takes an effort to clean this one up. And there's Cortez bringing the left leg up in the air. In obvious pain immediately. And behind the knee. Phoenix Rising fans will be hoping that there's nothing serious, but the initial reaction of the forward for Phoenix Rising is not a good one.
Substitutions are brought to you by Shire. Powder in, Bjurman out.
Powder is a clever player. At times he can look disinterested in proceedings, but when he has a mind to, he can really influence the game. Scored the free kick late on in that game against OKC. It really was the moment that vaulted Orange County into the top of the Western Conference.
November 8th, either Orange County or as it stands now, Phoenix will travel to Louisville to take on Lou City on ESPN2 at Lynn Stadium. This Thursday night, game will air on ESPN2 and ESPN International. Will Cortez be part of the proceedings? Played for Chivas USA, played for UC Berkeley. California behind the Mission Viejo native. And in Orange County on the day, you may see his hopes of participating in USL Cup dissipating. And that's much the face we saw from Cameron Lancaster last night.
Cortez will be hoping that he and Lancaster are taking part on Thursday if the Rising are able to hold on to this 1-0 advantage. Not sitting in the stands watching proceedings. Cortez will be subbed out by Rick Shantz.
Alston, Phoenix down to 10. It's chested back to Wazinski. Phoenix down to 10 due to the injury. Latson Owako is waiting to come in, standing by the fourth official. Orange County felt like this game was going to be almost opposite to the way they had to play to beat Reno last time out. It was a tight 1-0 result. Aiden Quinn, the game-winning goal. Reno, a team that can outpass just about everybody. Phoenix, a team that likes to counter. It's that one counter, that one clinical finish that's proven the difference. We've got less than half an hour to play before stoppage time.
Continue to do a really good job of getting players behind the ball. Playing between the lines, making it so difficult for those penetrating passes. As we see yet another one go vertically up the pitch, but beyond the players of Orange County, over the byline for the goal kick to Wazinski. This will allow Marco to come in to the game.
Owako for Cortez. Substitution brought to you by Shire. Cleared away from Seaton. Fresh legs. Owako checking into midfield. As Asante gave chase. Owako, middle of your screen. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Chaplow. Here's Alston, signed June the 8th. Since he signed, 15-4-4. Orange County with him in the lineup.
Gives balance to the back four of Orange County. Now players like Darwin Jones to go further forwards into the attack because of Alston's presence.
Trying to cut between two players. Seaton overrun. Fernandez falls. Wazinski grabs it with Aiden Quinn giving chase.
Seaton was frustrated. Quinn couldn't get this one towards the back post. Fernandez getting back defensively, doing a really good job of tracking the run of Quinn. I mentioned Lambert or Fernandez a whole heck of a lot tonight. That's what Rick Shantz will want. So his holding midfield players are doing their job. Stopping Orange County going forwards and plugging the gaps, but those two players aren't really necessary as far as getting on the ball too much.
Hernandez has gotten way forward. Put the defender on skates, came up short. Chaplow. Phoenix is taking it back deep in the attacking half. So run by Drogba and come to Asante. Asante! Trying to hammer a nail into that coffin.
Well, Fernandez said enough of this. I want to be mentioned. I want to get forwards. Started this all off with his hard work, winning the ball back, putting pressure on Orange County, who never cleared the ball. Ball's passed along the top of the 18, finds its way onto the right foot of Solomon Asante. We've seen him score from there. Might not have a crack.
Annie Voldson, Powder. Powder slides into this. Hey fans, be sure to stop by your favorite local supermarket. Pick up some red shell miso dressing, sesame soy dressing, and teriyaki sauce today. It's great on salads, sandwiches, pastas, your favorite meats, and as a dipping sauce. So give it a try. More salad, please. For Matt.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say I don't eat much salad. Johnson bowls over here. Forward. This ball hit on the ground. What's it doing?
Orange County trying to stretch the game a little bit, move the ball more quickly up the pitch, go with the right-footed shot, just drifting wide. Another substitution for the home team.
Shire presents, it could be Richard Chaplow's last time walking off a professional pitch. Hashimoto checks in, and Chaplow's done all he can. And with hundreds of appearances on fields across Europe and the United States, as of now, this would be it. Drogba. Drogba's made the space. Lift this out. Hey fans, are you ready for USL League One, the newest professional league in North America? Kicks off next spring. Get to know the teams that make up its inaugural season, USLLeague1.com. Including FC Dallas getting into the equation.
10 teams set.
Now know how long the season goes, how many teams. Now we just got to go kick this thing off.
Not done with this season yet.
No. Saw John Harkes last night at the ACC Women's Soccer Championship semifinal. His daughter was playing, taking over Greenville Triumph. Done a wonderful job with their branding. It looks fantastic, and they found a wonderful coach. You can see how play could have been stopped there. Drogba back to his feet, hobbled for sure. Nolly. Look at how compact Phoenix is right now.
It's been the story of the game. Trying to hit on the counterattack. Conceding possession, trying to keep the ball in front. It's been a frustrating night for Orange County. It isn't a passing lane to exploit. Chance knows where the strength of the home team is. It's down these flanks with players like Alston, Darwin Jones. Ball has to be moved more quickly from Orange County, or try those long diagonal balls into the box that we saw a plethora of in the first 45 minutes. Look at the possession being held right now by Orange County, and there hasn't been a decisive pass made into the attacking third, and then silly error, free kick, and possession conceded.
Into the 70th minute.
Austin frustrated that the decision goes against him. Any player who feels that pressure between the shoulder blades will go down rather easily, as Jason Johnson did on that occasion. You can understand the frustration. Down a goal, not really creating anything of note as far as the goal-scoring opportunities are concerned. Of the 15 shots that Orange County have been credited for, only one so far has had to be saved by the goalkeeper.
Jason Johnson. Hashimoto waves his arms out. Clean challenge. He's a little banged up on the other end. Didn't find Seaton. There goes Fernandez. Now Annie Voltson having words with Timothy Ford.
It's tough to stay on your feet when Annie Voltson's trying to jump on your back for a piggyback ride. Robert trying to settle Annie Voltson down, and a lot of this is just frustration from Orange County because of the great job that the Phoenix Rising team are doing defensively of negating those passing lanes. And even on the replay, you see that there wasn't a lot of contact, but it's just enough, and experienced players are going to feel that between the shoulder blades, and they'll go to ground. It allows Phoenix Rising time to settle things down, get their shape, and take some seconds off the clock.
And this whistle against Abdul Salam. One would imagine for Orange County, the more whistles blow, the more difficult it is to try and get Phoenix out of sorts.
It is, and it becomes more frustrating as the game becomes more disjointed. Whether the foul is for you or against you, it becomes frustrating for Orange County as they're trying to open this game up a little bit, trying to get Phoenix Rising to spread out so that they can use the strengths of Michael Seaton up top with his speed. Seen some moments where the ball's been played forwards more quickly, and Seaton's almost broken through.
Slipped ahead for Drogba. And cut out by Hoyvelt. Not enough on that to the cross. Asante.
Voltson was open for a moment. Pass then went square instead of into the right back position of Phoenix Rising. And Voltson, since Powder's come on, is pushing further up the pitch. Something that I would like to have seen him do earlier in the match.
If the result holds, Phoenix is off to Louisville. That is a long bus ride. They plan on taking 700, 800 fans again. Asante pumps the brakes. Asante in the middle. Johnson. Open net. Drogba's there. Drogba again. Didier Drogba scores again, refusing to end his career. Phoenix by 2. And is there a date with destiny in Louisville on Thursday?
Sometimes you get the luck, sometimes you don't. But when you're great, The luck just seems to come your way. Ronaldo sacrificing the body, deflects the ball, but it only can do so back onto the right foot of Didier Drogba. Perhaps fortunate that it went through the wickets of Andre Rolls. Drogba doesn't care. Third of the postseason, 7th of the season overall. He goes to the corner flag, jumps and turns and says, "Hey guys, come give me a hug. It just gave us a great advantage with not much time left."
He knows something about pulling the curtain down on a wonderful show. He's had some remarkable ends, tenures in his career. He came to Phoenix after stints in China and Turkey. He hadn't moved his family to those places, but his family moved to Phoenix. Dipping ball, Orange County needs 2 in the 15-plus minutes that remain. Drogba buying an ownership stake. Powder. Well, the bench is up and at him right now from Orange County. And Alston has his arms out. He has been really adamant for a while now. Now, the free kick. Lobbed over the top, and Owako whips it back out. Whistle by the referee.
Owako and Seton with it coming together. A little surprised that the initial free kick was taken quickly from Aidan Quinn, trying to catch Phoenix Rising napping. Powder telling Seton to settle down and use his brain. Something Orange County cannot be doing without number 9 services for the next 15 minutes or so.
Drogba scored the final goal in Phoenix last Friday night. And Rick Schatz turned around and looked for his family rather than celebrate with those on the field. He took over from Patrice Carteron in the middle of the season, his second stint as the interim coach. He's pressed all the right buttons. One has to wonder, if you win a championship, how could he possibly not get the job moving forward?
This result holds. It's pretty remarkable. We'll have Lou City and Phoenix Rising in the final with the coaches' changes that they've been through this year. Those two teams and how resilient the squads have been.
This was a corner for Drogba. Drogba missed the majority of this season. You see the Chelsea jersey in the background. He was at the World Cup in Russia, not playing for the Ivory Coast. And then when he came back, got back in shape. Drogba. This will be a throw.
Well, in the last round, Didier Drogba was left on the pitch for the full 90, then some by Rick Schatz. The final, 5 days away. You think that the big man will come off for a little bit of a rest, you would think.
Another goal would make that an even easier decision. For Orange County, time is running out. And history between these two would indicate that we're not done yet. Darwin Jones. Ball skies into the air. Attempted a bicycle kick, comes up short from Powder. This is the end of the line substitution-wise for Orange County. Christian Duke, who's been to the last 2 USL Cup finals with Swope Park. Only one who has a chance to make it to a 3rd consecutive final. Checks in, Darwin Jones. Mid-season edition checks out. Substitution brought to you by Shire.
not surprised that it is Jones that comes out with his threat on the flank, but he's been very quiet tonight because of the great work defensively that the Phoenix Rising have been able to do.
Drogba with the muscle. Johnson collects. Drogba swirls this into the corner. That had a plan the whole time. Asante, oh, it's just wide.
Seems so innocuous. And Drogba puts that ball out to the right flank. And Asante was there. Drogba with his vision saw number 20. And then number 20 almost connected with Rawako at the near post. What would have been a wonderful finish.
Well, Reagan Cloutier's got a pretty clear commentary on it right now.
The frustration continues for the home team, and the disjointed nature of the second half with the whistle of Mr. Ford being blown quite frequently. And you're down by 2 and you haven't really had anything to talk about as far as shots on goal. It becomes even more frustrating.
Oh, this could be a lifeline. Blackman able to recover. And then throwing down Seton. Blackman showing a little bit of youth there.
Great recovery there to get back goal side of Seton. Blackman initially swung and missed the ball. Seton looked like he was on net. The young man got back beautifully in the clamor of hands. A little surprised that the yellow card stayed in the pocket. Quinn has missed on his serves all night long. Can he find some magic in the left leg?
Quinn, all right into Wazinski. Really curled that in. Skied over the penalty area. In front, in the net, Hashimoto. One's back for Orange County. They're not dead and buried yet. Second goal of the season, first of the playoffs. Off the bench, onto the score sheet.
Came from the initial service from Quinn. It was a better free kick. Wazinski could only punch it clear. The second phase comes in. I think it was Enny Voldson that plays it into the back post. Konali nods it across. Hashimoto was the only player to be moving. It wasn't pretty. Almost carried the ball into the back of the net. On his foot, it crosses the goal line. And the lifeline is extended.
Forbes coming in for Johnson, who never totally found himself in this game. Really wasn't meant for him, the way it played out. Substitution brought to you by Shire. Mentioned a moment ago, the only player in this game that could go to a third straight final is Christian Duke. Inadvertently made clear that Speedy Williams is playing in his third straight final. Forbes. Yeah, there is a whistle. Blue City knows they get the winner of this. Surely they're sitting in Louisville right now, enjoying the late theatrics of it, knowing that they are resting on a day where these two teams are battling for the right to fly cross country to Kentucky. I know Devin Kerr can't wait for a bourbon. It's been much conversed about.
You two have a wonderful time. Calling the game on, when is it? Thursday, the 8th at 8?
8 Eastern on ESPN2. There's number 2, Alston. This is out of his reach. USL Cup 2018. Will there be a first-time champion? Will Louisville go back-to-back? Drogba, his goal right now is the game winner. Drogba cutting inside, out toward Forbes. Forbes unimpeded, and Rawls slaps it down, holds on. 6 minutes to go, put on some seatbelts. This game is about to take a couple of real significant twists and turns.
I'm just making my way to the edge of my seat.
You went in, I went out. Powder has been a nice boost of energy in the second half. Oh, Karams toward and nearly off the hand of Tristan Blackman.
The crowd down in that area calling for the handball.
Forbes running inside. Forbes played through by Drogba, won't reach. That would have been the, well, Brayden Cloutier is still arguing that point. That would have been a huge self-inflicted wound.
Concentration of the players for Orange County has to be at a premium right now. They can't let the non-decisions affect the way they're playing the game. For Rick Schantz, how long do you leave Drogba out there?
Right now, I don't know that you have a choice. Shimoto back for Seton. Seton back now, ball hit on a rope. Wazinski as Quinn went for goal. Another look at a potential handball just about a minute ago. It's Tristan Blackman at the edge of the penalty area. No, nothing doing.
Nothing doing. The reaction of the hand moving out of the way of the ball.
So Wako got dumped in midfield.
Wazinski's very thankful for the shot from Quinn. Was corralled by the Phoenix Rising goalkeeper. Wako's trying to catch his breath. And that is the most unpleasant feeling when the wind is knocked out of you. Tackled, extended position as he hits the deck. Hoyveld has been pushed up the pitch as a target for Orange County.
This will run all the way into the corner, off the flag. Don't forget, there have been some real late equalizers between these two teams in years past, late game-winning goals. Kind of results that make you think maybe there's still something to be had here. After Hashimoto's 82nd minute goal on Orange County back within one. And upfield toward Forbes. Forbes get that in, he did. Aiden Quinn will collect. Shaft Brewer hopping around at the near touchline waiting to come on. Quinn.
At the moment for Orange County, they're playing with one defender on his Todd. Finale before he's back by himself.
Drogba just got pantsed. Ronaldo's like, I don't get away with that stuff. Drogba's got his shorts back up, thankfully. Asante. Clapping to the traveling faithful. He has won some giant trophies in his career. Just trying to bring this Phoenix fan base that has blossomed under leadership that's been ambitious, to say the least, in everything they've done. Shire brings you this substitution. Brewer checking in. Asante is out. And with that, all 6 subs are in the books.
Well, this is a question as far as whether Drogba's going to see the full 90 minutes plus in this game. It sounded like Asante was struggling a little bit with some cramping.
Header into the corner. Picked out by Amico. Right now, Phoenix will board a plane to Louisville. And on Thursday night, play under the lights at Lynn Stadium in Kentucky.
Fans in attendance here might be tempted to just jump on the buses and head east. Call into work on Monday morning. One heck of a road trip. This one's been pretty special so far for the visitors.
Synchronicity brings you stoppage time, 6 minutes. Second-minute goal, Chris Cortez, Didier Drogba, stick-to-itiveness to the extreme in the 73rd, trying to prolong his epic career. Koji Hashimoto in the 82nd minute, casting Orange County a lifeline. Drogba commits the foul. Quinn puts it in play. 1 minute of the 6 is gone. It would be extra time and potential penalties if Orange County finds a response late. Drogba, Forbes, explosive speed into the attacking third. Patient, squares. Powder gets dumped. There's the whistle, put back in play by Quinn. Duke up the line. Lifted long, caught by Wazinski. Andy Voltson is playing pretty deep.
Orange County finally finding the way to stretch Phoenix Rising out just a little bit. Haven't really seen those long early crosses into the box from the start of the attacking third in the second half like we did in the first half. And we have Wazinski's been equal to them as he was on that occasion.
Waco. Ball slipped ahead perfectly. Rawls has to come out, intercept. Amadou Dia stepping forward. Drogba on the turn. Throw Orange County. Phoenix has liquidated half of stoppage time. Ball brought down. And a throw won by Crinali.
Royvelt and Crinali are forwards now for Orange County. Big, tall targets. Thrown forwards by Braden Cloutier, trying to get something going in the attacking third.
Thrown in by Alston. Ball bouncing. Brzezinski. A little knock from Quinn. Drogba and Quinn really coming to blows. Quinn's armband got torn off in the process.
Calm heads have got to prevail for both teams, but certainly for Phoenix Rising. I know emotions are running high, but you're 2-1 up. You're less than 3 minutes away from the final. Don't do anything silly and get sent off now. Long throw in, bouncing. Difficult for the goalkeeper. Not sure what happened or whether something was said, but both Drogba and Quinn are upset.
Lifted over the top. Seaton. How did he get there? Owako got a touch. Comes down to Powder. He played across the halfway line. Alston. Off of Drogba. And Forbes trying to break through. Forbes was so very close to being one-on-one. And now the other way.
Side on Hashimoto, coming from an offside position to play the ball.
It's a long way to run.
It's a very long way to run.
Phoenix was the doldrums of the USL 3 years ago. There was a rebrand. There was a new plan. Ambitious ownership. A world-class coach. Hollywood stars and world-class players. And something incredible happened. The man who turned it all around last year. Who turned soccer into an A-list event. Crognali, it would take a miracle now for Orange County at the death. Duke. Header out to Hashimoto, who crosses. Cleared aside. Alston. Drogba steps in. Still time left. Powder. Appeal for a handball. And there it is. Yes. Orange County a free kick now. Rawls has to get forward. This is going to be it. The Western Conference Final will have one last look. Phoenix has led since the second minute. And Aiden Quinn tied for the league lead in assists. One free kick, one chance. Keep the 1 seed alive. Where it's Phoenix to the final. Arms locked on the bench from the Phoenix players. Aiden Quinn swirls it in. Header snapped across, falls in front. The kick is saved by Wazinski. Saved on the line. A championship ticket punched. The absolute death. The MVP of the team. One last save. Full time. Phoenix and Louisville, Thursday night for the USL Cup. His magical ride isn't over yet. And the Phoenix fans climb out of the stands. An interim coach who's carried this team in the face of incredible uncertainty. ESPN2, November 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 in Phoenix. It's the Rising in Lou City. Drogba against defending champion.
Well, the game started quick, went for a little lull, and then just kept building and building. And somewhere in that melee of people is Didier Drogba. Just writes another chapter to his incredible story with the game winner tonight.
He just leads. Where Drogba goes, Phoenix will follow. The Banditos following hundreds of miles. Cortez early, Drogba the game winner, and this amazing career continues.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you.
It'll be hard to tell whose field this is right now. Phoenix sent hundreds and hundreds of fans. And if Orange County had won, they would have no doubt it was theirs. And it's Phoenix the victor. And that traveling faithful fan base sees a 2-1 victory in both teams' first ever Western Conference final. And the playoffs are complete. It's just the USL Cup final ahead now. Alec Papadakis and Rick Schantz standing nearby as the head of the USL looking on at the atmosphere that Orange County and Phoenix helped to create. And wow, what a final it was in the West. As we take a look at tonight's post-match highlights presented by Destination Irvine. In truth, it was Destination Louisville at the outset, and transition was going to be key. It was key in the second minute. Lambert to Cortez.
Drogba involved in the build-up as well. The incisive moment came from the left foot of Cortez. So early in the game, Orange County had yet to come to the party. It was a wonderfully struck shot from Cortez. Great moment from him. But Orange County found their way into the game, passing, getting possession forwards, getting into the attacking half. Blackman there challenged, miscommunication with the goalkeeper. But on the counter, we all knew that Phoenix Rising are dangerous on the counter, in large part because of that man there, Solomon Asante, with the pace, with the service, Cortez with the diving header just wide.
Cortez would later come off injured in this game. His status for the USL Cup is in question. That was the best look Orange County had in the first half.
The best look that they had for a long period of the game. 15 shots for a long portion of the match with only the one save. And then on this attack, Bodies hitting the deck. Cronali doing his very best to thwart the efforts of Drogba. Drogba gets the bounce. And when he does get the bounce, he gets the outside of the right foot on the ball, puts it through the wickets of Rolls, and then gets the celebration with his team. But it wasn't all over and done with by the home squad. They have a never say die attitude, and your big one's man of the match, Koji Hashimoto, with the goal. Gets on the end of the header from Cronali, who headed it back across. The service from Eni Voltsen, but in the end it was too little too late. Although they did have that wonderful moment right at the end. Osinski was able to save.
Pencils down. The bracket is done. Phoenix and Louisville have come out of their respective conferences. Phoenix, their first trip to USL Cup. For Louisville, it's their second consecutive season as they hope to repeat. There is an almost Messiah-like feeling to Didier Drogba and what he's done with this organization the last few years. The way he led them from the bottom of the table to a championship match. There's this overwhelming feeling that this was meant to happen. Peter Ramage and Blair Gavin and the Phoenix players of the past have moved their way elsewhere. There's Kelsey Steele. She'll have all kinds of interviews and updates coming up on USLsoccer.com, including when she gets to the bourbon city of Louisville.
It's amazing with everything that he has seen in his career that he's still able to enjoy this as much as he does.
You know, I think about the goal he scored, and I'm thinking it's better to be lucky than good, but he's both. He never had to choose. And what he penned earlier this year on USLsoccer.com, about where he's come from and what he's trying to achieve. I mean, you realize he's trying to lead a whole city to the well. Trying to create something incredible out of nothing, seemingly. And there's so much more that goes into this than meets the eye. Drogba didn't show up and the team became good. Started with the ambition of Frank Yallop and some of the players he brought in, Patrice Carteron, Rick Schantz, the assistants, the staff, Sam Dorr, Jose Bosch, the ownership group, led by the most vocal of the group, Berke Bakai, and the celebrities that have taken to Phoenix. And somehow out of all of this, we're sitting here now, it's something that when they were Arizona United would have sounded just gibberish to say, that 1,000 fans would have piled onto buses and stormed the field after a conference championship.
Oh, it's a wonderful moment, and it's just blossomed from the desert, almost like their stadium did so quickly. And this is a team that is the sum of its parts. Yes, Didier Drogba is a large part of that, but they are Western Conference champions in large part because of what they did without Drogba in the lineup.
5 hours ago, by the way, that first came out, that USL Western Conference Champions banner. They did a walkthrough. Feels like years ago now. Well, the USL Cup is November 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and this is the preview of the teams that have arrived. Louisville City on the left, Phoenix on the right, and on ESPN2 we'll see a couple teams with this remarkable, incredible pedigree match up at Lynn Stadium in Kentucky.
Two wonderful, wonderful teams. It's going to be interesting to see whether the two top goal scorers for both of those squads will be able to participate on Thursday. Of Cortez going out injured tonight. And of course, Lancaster last night for Lou City. Fingers crossed for both of those players that they are able to take part on Thursday. We will have to wait and see. Either way, it's going to be an intriguing matchup between the two squads.
Let's take one step here to Orange County and what they've built. So Braden Cloutier, we've double-checked the name. Braden Cloutier came in as an assistant 4 years ago. He said, we were practicing in parks. We were changing on park benches for practice. They didn't have this wonderful soccer-specific stadium. That's about right. That proved out true. Said that over this year, they've created an identity, a philosophy, and that they went out looking not for great players necessarily, but ones that fit. He felt in April they had the best midfield in the league with Richard Chaplow, whose storied career ends tonight, along with Aiden Quinn, Christian Duke. And then they added some pieces mid-season and became a conference champion in the regular season. And it would be hard to look back on this season as anything greater than something truly special. And as Chris Cortez's mom continues to celebrate, you know, from Mission Viejo, California to UC Berkeley to Chivas USA to Arizona United to Phoenix Rising, it's been a long riding road for him too.
Well, it's a great moment for that soccer mom. She's seen a little boy grow up and score a goal in the Western Conference Final. And you're right about Orange County. It is about making the parts fit. And the coaching staff in Orange County have done a fantastic job this season. And it has been a really good year for Orange County. I'll be very upset and sad that it fell short. But you saw the demonstration of the never say die attitude Braden Cloutier has established with his team, and he has certainly made the parts fit. He's got some of those parts coming back next year with Aiden Quinn and signing the extension. It'll be great to see how the team develops in 2019.
Alec Papadakis on the left-hand side of your screen is preparing to hand out the trophy. The hottest ticket in town. The last 3 games they've played have been 3 of the 5 most well-attended professional soccer matches in Arizona history. We've had a lot of international friendlies along the way, Gold Cups. Nothing quite like this, a team of their own. And finally, something for the cabinet, something for the mantle. A much bigger trophy staring them in the face on Thursday night. Well, there's a little extra unnecessary back and forth here. Appears to be blooming.
Crowd just need to settle down. They want to celebrate the lifting of the trophy. It's not going to happen unless everybody settles down just enough to get the team back out to receive the silverware.
Mrs. Cortez tries to find a good spot. Well, valiant effort from Orange County. Phoenix Rising, as many predicted at the outset. Simply too much for any one foe. They finished 3rd. They stumbled down the stretch. But Phoenix Rising as a team right now is back in the dressing room. I wonder what they're drinking in there. Surely Gatorade and water preparing for Thursday night.
I'm sure they're hydrating somehow, some way.
Oh.
Maybe some champagne sprayed around the place.
Oh, I don't know that anyone thought to tarp up the locker room.
Because I don't think anybody's quite that organized to do that, but you never know.
Well, hail the conquering champions. Some of those players trying to work their way back out. Believe this. Spoke to Berke Bakai before the first game of the Phoenix Rising era last year. And he said, well, let's start with our stadium because it's right at 101 and 202. It's square in the middle of this hugely densely populated soccer-loving area. A stadium that they built in 40-some days. And he goes, we're calling it from tumbleweeds to rough and tumble. And then the crowd started to show up and you realize something's going on. They signed a big name at the outset, Sean Wright Phillips, Omar Bravo. Both of them have since left the club. Went and found Didier Drogba. As the team led by the incomparable Jose Bosch come out of the locker room. So you've got the stadium and the stars. And then mid-season, Patrice Carteron arrives, brings in these outstanding young foreign players with seasoned international pedigree to complement a core of American players came up an American way. And through this rebuild, a couple bricks remain in the foundation. They've built this thing up from the studs and created a champion. Take it in, boys. These moments don't come along too often. When's the last time you raised a trophy, Matt? Mine was half past never.
It's been a long, long time. Not so long for that man. He's lifted some big ones in his time. I think this one will be just as special.
And the manager who tied it all together, not once but twice. An interim tag. The insecurity, not knowing the future. Even as he leads his team to the cup final and the brink of immortality in Phoenix.
First time around, it wasn't so good. The second time around, I think Rick Schantz has done a fantastic job.
Executive Officer of the USO, Alec Papadakis.
Alec Papadakis to hand over the Western Conference Championship trophy. The 2018 Western Conference champion, Phoenix Rising Football Club. And now only one more mountain left to climb. Well, the crown passed around, as is the cup. And we'll be treated to something extraordinary on Thursday night.
It's going to be a special game on Thursday between two really good teams. An intriguing matchup. Two offensive powerhouses that at times this season have had their frailties defensively. We saw it last night in Louisville, how explosive the boys in purple can be. Can the boys in red match them on Thursday at 8 on ESPN2? I know you'll be there, Mike. I know Devin Kerr will be there. And I know I'll be watching.
It takes a village for Jose Bueso, Director Gage Tillotson, producer Sharni Yerke, our entire Vista World Link crew, and Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts saying so long. The King reigns for another 5 days. The title game on Thursday. Orange County bows out. Phoenix a winner. Good night from Irvine.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.